Hi, this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. My last tutorial, I was showing you how to use this combo set part of a stamp image to create a card like this. So we are using part of a stamp image as a stencil. This is our combo set. It comes with one stamp in the 2 die cut, only for $24.99. With one combo set, there's too many different kind of possibilities that you can play with. So today I am going to show you, we are going to use this combo set. It's a that's a snuggle. It's a very cute sea otter combo set. It also comes with one stamp in the 2 die cut, and we're going to create this very cute floating shaker card. So that's started. Okay, here's the material list. So we're going to use those multicolor impact again. This is the first one, is called Blue Breathe, and the second one is a Cappuccino Delight. We are going to use a Versamark clear embossing powder or white embossing powder, some shaker, some shaker stuff here. You can use a sequin, circle die cut. We are going to have acetate, foam tape, 2 large dauber, Local King's marker set, and some seashell, and that's it. So some cardstock, and I will list the size in the bottom of the tutorial, so don't worry about it. Okay, so first we are going to create our foundation card. In my tutorial, if there is any technique that I already showed before, I'm going to just fast forward it. So if you don't know how to do the heat embossing, just go check our website. For the previous tutorial, we have over 80 plus tutorial. There's too many different how to. So make sure you check it out, and you will find any kind of technique that you need to know and want to learn. I use a circle die. I just put on top and secure with my masking tape. I'm going to die cut. Okay, so the reason I die cut first, because I want to do 2 different steps. The front card is going to be a little lighter color, and the background we're going to do a little bit darker color. So that's why I want to work on the separate coloring. If I do just one sheet, maybe it's going to be too dark. The front and the back is going to be the same tone. So in this card, I found out if the front color is a little lighter, the background is darker, they kind of create a little bit depth. Okay, so any kind of coloring technique, remember, always start with a lighter color first. If you don't get enough enough color, you can always go back to add more. If you add too dark in the beginning, there's no way you can change it back. So we're going to use this Blue Breeze multicolor impact. On the right side of the color is really light, and the darker color. We're going to use a big dauber, and we're going to just remember always brush your impact and drawing the circle on your cardstock. And I use the watercolor cardstock, a little bit thicker. I like a good thick quality cardstock. Okay, so we start with a light color, and I'm going to use a little bit darker color, change the spot, and kind of drawing the circle. You drawing the circle, you hide the stroke. Okay, so always drawing a little circle, and that way the color blending much better. And then we're going to use a little bit darker color, the third color, and kind of find a little bit spot, drawing a circle. So that's the foundation card. And then I'm going to change the other dauber, pick a little bit light brown, and then just give a little bit touch up around the corner. And that's my foundation card with a ripple embossing. Okay, so now we're going to work on the background color. We are going to use the dye from this sheet, this piece cardstock. We're going to use your blue dauber again. And this blue dauber, I already went to the third color, so my dauber is kind of dark. This is what you're going to do. You're going to just use a wet cloth, kind of wipe off your dirty dauber. Don't wash your dauber, just wipe it with a wet cloth. They will kind of cleaning the tip, and then now you can go back to use your light color again. So always brush your impact instead of tapping, and just keep drawing and change spot all the time. So for the background color, we are going to do a little bit darker color. So that's my light color and the medium color. Okay, drawing a little circle. That's the best way you ink your background stamp. And I'm going to use a third color. Okay, change the spot, make a very beautiful light blue color in the back. Okay, and then we're going to do the fourth color. Try to make your background color darker, and then that way the sea otter will showing much better. Okay, and then we're going to working on the darkest color, and this time watch very carefully. So I use my right hand and kind of like a turning, and then my left hand kind of holding the paper, kind of turning, and then I use my right hand put my dauber between the card and the scrap paper, and then drawing a circle. So that way I get a very nicely even coloring on this card. See, I'm turning my circle die. See, the color is so nice and rich, and then you can kind of put behind your front card. See what's the color, and if the color kind of jump, that's good. The first card I made, I used the other piece of cards that work on the background, and then after I put my sea otter in, I found that the background is kind of empty. That's why I say, well, why don't I use this sheet, this die cut, and I'm going to use every single piece that I can. You can add a little bit darker if you want to, but I think that's good enough. Okay, so next step, you got to follow my instruction. If you don't, you're going to have a big problem when you want to put them together, get a perfect line up. Okay, so we have two sheets paper, they are 5 by 5, and then we are going to kind of just put them together, make sure they're perfectly lined up. And if you can't do that, you just maybe use a tape to tape it, make sure they are completely lined up. And I'm going to put a lot of double-sided tape in the back of this card, and we're going to do something like a puzzle. So we're going to just put this one in the middle. Okay, and then we're going to remove this one. That's how you line up. If you don't do this, after you put your shaker card and then try to put it back, your line are going to be like that, or like that, or like that. Trust me, been there, done that. So make sure you do exactly the same way that I'm doing it. That's how you get it perfectly lined up. Okay, and then we're going to seal the windows. So we're going to use acetate, and I use a little bit better quality double-sided tape. So this red tape will hold well. So I'm going to just tape it. Okay, so now I create the cover of my acetate, and we're going to use a dryer sheet. We are going to, or you can use a Swiffer. We are going to kind of just rub that piece of acetate to remove the status. Okay, so and also clean the surface, make sure it's very nice and clean. And then we are going to use foam tape to create a window. So you just put the foam tape on top. Okay, it's very important that you don't remove the backing of your foam tape yet, and we want to leave that one to the last step. And make sure the connect part is really tight connect, no gap. If you have a gap, when you put your shaker stop inside, they are going to lose it. Okay, and then we are going to use Local King's markers that to color or sea otters. So I'm going to just do the fast forward, and please check my other tutorial, and I do have other tutorials to show you how to use those markers, and I'm going to create the other tutorial to show you how to use these markers to do the blending. Or marker is totally capable to do the blending directly on the rubber stamp. Die cut it, they still attach and just trim it, and also you can make it the other kind of shaker card. There's too many different ways to do it, so don't think that is a defect because I leave the option there. If you want to break it off, you can just use a little pair of scissors, or just easily use your finger, kind of snap off that little connect area, and then you can easily pop out this part of die. And I'm going to just okay, so I have separate all the seashell, heart, and my sea otter. If you take a close look, or sea otter or die cut is so detailed. You take a look in the back, there's a lot of a pre-cut. What is this? So the little mouses pop out, and his little hand is pop out, and his little feet is pop out. There you go. But when we want to do this shaker card, I have to put all them back because we want them nicely floating on the surface. Okay, have you used this embossing body? I have no idea what embossing body made of. So we're going to use this embossing body. We are going to just apply on this card, the front and the back. Just kind of rub on top. If you don't have embossing bodies, you can use baby powder. The reason I do that is because I did the one prototype card before, and then I found out my sea otter, they are not moving very smoothly. I think because it's static. So what I do is I just use my embossing powder, kind of brush the surface and then the background and inside of this acetate. So that way, when you put your sea otter on top, they will move very smoothly. Okay, so now we are going to put everything together now. Okay, so we're going to put our front card face down, and we are going to put the otter. So make sure everybody have to face down. Okay, face down like this, face down. Face down, face down, face down, face, and don't forget to rub them with the embossing body. Okay, see what it looks like. Okay, I think I'm going to remove this piece. Okay, and I have these nice little stars. I'm going to put on top, put some on top. Okay, not too much, just a little bit. Help them to shake a little bit. Okay, now we're going to remove the tape, and then we just put everything together. I just remember something before we put our lace backing on top of shaker card. Just in case we have these like we put these die cut in the middle of the car, right? Just in case if you would put the back is maybe just have like a 0.1 millimeter, not perfectly line up, those the white background is going to show. So in case we just use our dauber, kind of just docking that white area. That you can prevent those white color pop out. Okay. See, I kind of like just turning my car to get nicely pop out. I think that's good enough. And then so when you back on top, if a little bit white gap, that will solve the problem. So that will not going to look like oops. Now remember this card and this card, they got the perfect identical size. You got to make sure, you know, you are perfectly lined up and put on top. A little bit off the line, it's okay. See? That's what it looks like. Okay, and then we are going to put them all together. So just rub with these. I make mistakes sometimes. It's okay. We all make mistakes. We're human. And then this is a handmade card. The Boo Boo made this card. You just prove this card is handmade, right? If it's perfect, it's going to be the machine made. And this little seashell I got from Hawaii. If you have a chance to go to Hawaii, you know, check their dollar store. They have those necklace. It's only $1, and you can get probably like a 200. These nice seashell. And I have this nice saying you want to put on top. Do you know sea otter, they holding their hand while they are sleeping because they are worried they might floating away, so that's why they holding the hand together. So that's it. This is how I make this floating sea otter shaker card. This is the one with the background, and this one is without the background. Let me know which one you like. Thank you for watching our tutorial, and our July promotion is going to end by the 20th of July. We have 20% off, and for all the online order, please make sure you check it out and use your coupon code for this beautiful Let's Snuggle combo set. And we will be at the Duluth, Georgia next weekend for Scrapbooking Expo show. You please come to visit us at the show, and we have a free make and take, in booth demo, and the show special, and more. Thank you for watching. See you next time.